In fashion, we often fall in and out of love with clothes too quickly. This means there are huge volumes of garments being produced and discarded throughout the global fashion industry. This generates a lot of waste. Strategy 1 asks us to consider how we can reduce waste at the outset during the design and production stages. As designers, we suggest 3 ways to look at minimizing waste, whilst maintaining aesthetics as central to the process. Dematerialize. Let's consider whether we need to use all the materials we would normally use. By rethinking the product at the outset, we may find that we can make significant savings just by asking the right questions. Can we do more with less? Do we need this product at all? Or could one product replace the need for 2 or more? Zero waste. This strategy encourages designers to minimize production waste. The factory lay plan can leave up to 15% of the fabric on the floor. If the designer can design the garment pieces to fit perfectly inside the selvage seams of the fabric, the result is zero fabric waste and can introduce a new aesthetic to garment shapes. This concept also extends beyond cutting to include zero-waste knit, print, and weave approaches. In designing for durability, we aim to make good quality fashion so that it will survive many uses. Quality costs money, though, so we need to consider how, as designers, our products can be valued and appreciated more by the consumer. It's up to us to show them how. Designers don't just work with materials, they also work with people. One of the most resourceful uses of materials is to design in the potential for a long relationship between the product and the owner. Fashion means change, and right now, change means rapid product obsolescence. But it doesn't have to. There is a huge amount of waste in the textile industry. Up to 65% of all the textiles and clothes that we throw away go straight into landfill. By placing unwanted products in the bin, we are wasting the massive amounts of energy and resources that went into producing them. So what can designers do to prevent this obsolescence? The goal is to avoid throwing them into landfill and instead aim to reuse these resources. At TED, we have been working to develop more creative approaches to cyclability by rethinking the design brief. How can we find new ways to recycle and work with existing waste streams? What if we could be truly innovative and design for recycling at the outset, enabling every product or material to become part of a closed-loop system? At TED, we believe in a proactive future where we, as designers, can change the way we make and dispose of products and materials, and so have created our own set of recycling strategies. These include ideas for upcycling, design for disassembly, and design for monomateriality. Upcycling postpones the arrival of the discarded material at landfill by adding further lives to the value of the product through design. Design for disassembly allows for each element of a product to be separated and recycled differently. When we design for monomateriality, we create products with just one material that can be placed in a single closed-loop system. As designers, we need this range of approaches to tackle the waste we are currently faced with. We are finding new ways to add value to discarded materials and are also designing new products for the closed-loop systems of the future. The textile industry is dirty. All the production processes in the industry involve the use of harsh chemicals, from the growing of raw materials to the finishing and dyeing of fabrics. The textile industry continues to be one of the most polluting industries, second only to the chemical industry. As designers, we need to understand the whole life cycle of the textiles and garments we work with, so we can make informed decisions about the chemical impacts of the materials and processes in the whole supply chain. The more informed and knowledgeable we are, the more influence we can have. At the raw material stage, we can choose low-impact materials such as organic cotton that does not use any harsh pesticides in the growing of the cotton plant. The finishing stage of textile production, when textiles are dyed, treated and washed, is where most chemical impacts occur. Here, designers can consider employing current innovations in ozone technology that replace the use of bleach, utilize laser technology to replace dyes or adhesives, and consider natural or low-impact dyes. At a brand level, some leading fashion companies now see the business case for lower toxicity and are working with textile mills and production facilities to reduce impacts across their whole supply chains.